All right, welcome back. Welcome back to part two, how to check your answer to factoring the expression x cubed minus 36 times x. And our answer in part one was the quantity of x times x minus 6 times x plus 6. So this was the factoring of this expression. I want to thank Jesus for contacting me with this question, and I wanted Jesus and anybody else watching to know that in part one, that's how you would factor any of these type of problems that you see. First, you take out the greatest common factor between the two terms. Then you would take the difference of squares, what was left over inside the parenthesis in part one. So here was our factor answer, and now I'm going to show you how to how to check your answers to ensure and make sure you have this answer correct, especially if you're taking a standardized exam. So what you want to do first, and I got to point something out to you. I don't want to show too much here. Uh, this was our answer. In order to check the answers, we're first going to do, in step one, perform FOIL. Now that's distributing or multiplying, right? Each term inside the parentheses with each term, right? FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. And I'm showing you first term times first term. We're going to multiply. That's the F. Outer terms, x times the positive 6. That's the O. I is the inner terms. That's a negative 6 times x. And the last terms, negative 6 times a positive 6. And if you look here, it kind of creates eyebrows, a nose, and a mouth. I have created FOIL videos, reverse FOIL videos, factoring videos. If you want to check that out, that'll help you understand what we're doing here a little bit better. But if not, I'll do my best to explain what we're doing. So again, we're distributing or multiplying each term inside this first parenthesis with each term in the parentheses to the right. So again, x times x times a positive 6, negative 6 times x, and a negative 6 times a positive 6. I'm going to show you that down here below. But before I do, don't forget this x outside of the parenthesis means multiplying and distributing, right? Times everything on the inside. So after we do the FOIL, we still have to multiply x times all of the terms on the inside. Don't forget that x on the outside. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. So don't forget that guy there. All right. So let me show you the FOIL as we move forward here. And basically, all I'm doing is showing you in this next portion of step one, all the arrows. X to x, right? X to x times positive 6. I'm separating each terms that we're multiplying with a plus, right? F-O-I-L, right? Inner terms, negative 6 times the x, or 1x times negative 6. You can do it either way. Again, I'm separating these terms with a plus. Negative 6 times a positive 6. I'm showing you here, that's the last terms. Again, separating each of these different multiplication steps with a plus sign. You can do that. Absolutely, you can do that. And that represents our FOIL. So I'm showing you that here. Hopefully this is clarifying, not confusing. So I'm going to show you the factors. And again, factor is just the answer to a multiplication problem. So invisible 1 times invisible 1 is invisible 1 in front of the x. And when we multiply same base, we add those exponents. And these are invisible. They don't show you when you're multiplying x times x that there's a 1 here and a 1 here. But 1 plus 1 is 2. That's why we get that x squared. All right, plus plus. Invisible 1 in front of that x times 6, right? What's 6 times 1? Well, it's just 6. You got to keep that x attached through multiplication. Bring down the plus sign. Same thing here. 1 times a negative 6 is a negative 6. It's attached to that x through multiplication. Bring down that plus sign. Negative 6 times a positive 6 is a negative 36. And so here I wanted to show you that in that part 1 video, when you add a positive 6 plus a negative 6, that's a positive 6x plus a negative 6x, you end up, when you combine these like terms, you end up with 0. And what are you left with? You're left with x squared. You can write plus 0 if you like, plus a negative 36. That's the x squared minus 36. So remember, we're checking our answers here. We're checking our answers. So I'll leave this here. I'm going to go over step 2. And so remember that x on the outside of the parentheses? Well, after we did our FOIL, I'm going to bring that x down, because what does that mean? Again, it means x times x squared and x times negative 36. We're going to distribute. That's all distribute means, multiplying outside term with each inside term in order to continue to check our answers. So x times x squared, I'm showing you that here, plus x times a negative 36, I'm showing you that here. Invisible 1 times invisible 1 is that invisible 1 in front of the x. And remember, we add the exponents when we multiply and the bases are the same. So 1 plus 2 gives us x to the third power. X times a negative 36 separated with the plus sign. You can absolutely do that. I could take that plus sign and put it right in front of that negative 36 if I wanted to. It means the exact same thing of what you see here. Okay, I want to point that out. So again, x times a negative 36, 1 times a negative 36 is negative 36. That x is attached through multiplication. We got to keep those guys together. And as we distribute in step 2 the x term, did you get the same expression that you started with in the original problem in part 1? X cubed minus 36 times x. Yes, you did. This is a correct factor. So if you go back up to the beginning, which I'm going to show you here, if I'm going too fast, please stop, pause, rewind. You can watch this video as many times as you like. By coming up with the same expression that we started with, x cubed minus 36x times x, excuse me. Our factor was x times the quantity of x minus 6 times the quantity of x plus 6. We came up with the same original answer. Then yes, 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 my factor answer is correct. This answer checks off, and you can guarantee yourself a correct answer if you're taking that ABCD standardized assessment. Hey, math is easy. Take it step by step. If I've helped you, please help me by donating or gifting a star. Stars are gifts. Thank you for your time.